How's it going, everyone? In this video, I want to talk about some rumblings regarding potentially Ghost of Tsushima 2 being in development and speculations regarding that has been fueled by new job listings. The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, launches September 27th in North America, September 30th in Europe. This is going to be one you'll want to know about, especially if you're a JRPG fan. We got some major upgrades, free upgrades from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 games, and Horizon Forbidden West gets a major patch with a lot of fixes. More on that at the end of this video, but first up, Ghost of Tsushima 2 I think is a formality. Whether or not it'll be called Ghost of Tsushima 2, I don't know, but I think it's a game that we all know will eventually happen based on the success of Ghost of Tsushima 1, based on that game's critical reception, which I actually think it was a little bit underrated from the critics, but whatever. I think it has like an 83 on Metacritic, still a super positive score, but I really enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima, and honestly, I would put it up there with the absolute upper echelon of PlayStation titles, but Ghost of Tsushima is looking like it will be getting a follow-up, especially with some job listings out of Sucker Punch on their official website, noting that they are looking for a senior combat designer and a technical combat designer, and both positions require having played Ghost of Tsushima and having an understanding of its core systems, prototype polish and balance enemies, as well as player abilities, and prototype polish and balance player abilities, combat actions, and progression items are noted in the job listings. I don't know what other this could be outside of Ghost of Tsushima 2, and I don't think, at least, maybe this is wishful thinking, I don't think this game is gonna be as long of a wait as Ghost of Tsushima 1 was. Remember, Ghost of Tsushima 1 came out in 2020. Prior to that, Sucker Punch's last full-fledged PlayStation 4 title was Infamous Second Son in early 2020, so it was north of 6 years for a full game to be released. To be fair to them, they did also do Infamous First Light, but for this new IP to drop, over 6 years had passed from their previous full game release. Now, to establish a new IP like this, a big IP like this, where they had to do so much research about the setting and they really wanted to do a good job with it, it's gonna take a lot of time, especially right out the gate. However, with Ghost of Tsushima 2, I do hope that it's gonna be a quicker turnaround based on the fact that they have the fundamentals in place. I don't think the combat is gonna have a major stark shift, maybe an evolution of sorts, but not a major shift, and I think they already have a lot of the elements in place. Do I think it's gonna come out this year or next year? Probably not. Like, late next year would be best case scenario, absolute earliest. I could see what I do think is going to happen is I think Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is going to see a PC port later this year. They can get the revenue rolling through that, and then I think, you know, ways away, we'll see the release of Ghost of Tsushima 2, probably 2024. You know, the idea of Forbidden West requiring 5 years since the release of Zero Dawn, 5 years is a long time. Like, I don't know if that's gonna be something that we're gonna have to deal with, especially with these single-player games where the narrative does continue from one game to another. 5 years between games is just a long, long time. I get it that these games are super big, and, you know, they want to do a good job on it. The quality bar has been set very high, but I'll always draw back to 2009 to like 2013, where these games were just rolling out, and they were still high-quality games, man. Uncharted 2 to Uncharted 3, that was a 2-year wait. Killzone 2 to Killzone 3 to Killzone Shadowfall, 2 years between all of those games, and they were still fairly good games. Obviously, I do think the quality bar, the size of these games has expanded quite a bit, but maybe, you know, 3 to 4 years. If we could get it to 3 to 4 years, I would be very happy, but hey, if that sacrifices the quality level of these games, fine, make us wait 5 years. It is what it is. I just hope that in the case of like Forbidden West, I really do believe it would have been out a lot earlier had the pandemic not happened. So we'll see with Ghost of Tsushima 2. Hopefully we can see it by like 2024, but seemingly it is in development right now. Alright, moving on from that, this has been a long time coming, but the Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero launches September 27th in North America and September 30th in Europe. An English story trailer has dropped as well. This is one that we've been waiting on the release for a very long time. The issue with the Legend of Heroes franchise is there's a lot of debate on how a new player should play these games, whether or not you should play these games in order, whether or not you should just jump into Trails of Cold Steel, because, you know, it has the best visuals, it's the latest one, it's a whole story completed. The general consensus from the hardcore fans is that you should play them in a certain order. I always say, hey, just jump into Trails from Cold Steel, you'll enjoy the game, but yeah, if you want all the titles, it's nice that now we're getting Trails from Zero as well. This is a game that definitely does show its age. I believe initially it was a PlayStation Portable title, so you gotta keep your expectations in line. But it's gonna be nice for this to finally drop because it's been a long time coming. There's like patches and things like that that are available online, fan translations, all that good stuff. But yeah, to get an official release on PlayStation 4, on PC, on Nintendo Switch, all coming September 27th. This is the Crossbell arc. The beginning of an exciting story arc in the Trails universe is about to begin in the iconic city-state. Experience a rich and refreshing game world that is teeming with secrets and adventures. Strategic combat has been refined, resulting in rich, satisfying tactical gameplay. Harness powerful skills and teamwork to overcome your adversaries. Your city, your story. Features such as high speed and skip mode allow you to cater your gameplay experience to your preferences and enjoy battles quickly to focus on the surrounding story and events. So again, that'll be dropping September 27th. Very excited for that. And if you're a JRPG fan and you never played the Trails titles, I highly recommend you try out the games. Legend of Heroes in general is one of the best franchises when it comes to world building. Yes, it's a ton of games, it's a ton of hours you do have to commit, but it becomes very worthwhile, so I would give a shot to all of them. Again, September 27th for that. Next up, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, all coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. Best of all, yes, they are free upgrades for owners of all of those games. That's fantastic to see. Nice to see, you know, those $10 upgrades kind of be more of a PlayStation thing than anything, and a lot of publishers are going the route of just offering you the upgrades right out the gate. You know, maybe that's wishful thinking for the long term, but hopefully that does become a trend. So, of course, Resident Evil 2, excellent game. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard really set the franchise back on the right pace. Resident Evil 3 wasn't as great as the RE2 remake, but very good in its own right. All of those will be coming in 2022, and it was noted all three titles will include cutting-edge features such as ray tracing, high frame rate, and 3D audio. The PlayStation 5 versions will also feature DualSense support for haptic feedback and adaptive trigger. All of the games will feature free upgrades. An upgrade patch will also be available at no additional cost for PC users. I would imagine these games are going to look pretty darn good on the PS5 and Xbox Series. Lastly, I do want to note, Horizon Forbidden West has gotten a brand new patch, patch 1.06. The official Guerrilla Reddit account put out a post on the Horizon subreddit going over all of the known issues, the fixes, and improvements. I can't go through all of them. There's a ton. There's some graphics fixes as well, fixes issued in the photo modes, crash fixes. I didn't have any crashes in my experience with the game, so I had a pretty good time as far as that's concerned. I don't even have that many bugs and glitches compared to some other people. Like, the worst bugs I got was, like, killing a machine and then the machine is just inexplicably floating in the air and something like that, but nothing too bad. I think the most notable fix or update out of this patch is Aloy will not mention her stash quite as often as before, so that seems to be what people are really pointing out. Just a funny thing more than anything, but yeah, now looking back at it, Aloy did mention her stash a lot whenever you pick something up. This will be great for the stash, this will be great for the stash, whatever. Yeah, fine. Good to see that. Hopefully we hear, I mean, I don't expect to hear it anytime soon, but imagine that the expansion is in the works. So, yeah, there's a lot they can do with that. As far as what they want to explore in the expansion. Obviously, the game does end on a major cliffhanger. That, I don't think, is going to be explored in the expansion. Rather, that's going to be explored in the third game. But I imagine a lot of you guys are still playing through the game, so I won't get into that anymore. But that's going to do it for me. Again, Ghost of Tsushima 2 speculations roar on as there are some new job listings. I think we all know this game is in development. It's more of a matter of when rather than if. The Legends of Heroes Trails from Zero launches September 27th over here in the States, September 30th over in Europe. That'll be great to see. Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, all getting significant updates on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. All of those updates will be free to existing owners, and Horizon Forbidden West gets patch 1.06. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.